Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy MC Fire coming at you again with another hot take. We're looking at some potential W's in the market and some potential follow-on shots that we could take, potentially capitalizing on some of the volatility and some of the news that is kind of affecting the market today. So let's dive right in. Yeah, straight into the charts, guys. We definitely want to take a real quick look at one of the hot picks of the day. We start off with the best, and then we'll close out with some other possibles, right? XLF. XLF for us right now is probably the best pick. The reason why XLF is the best pick because starting to define uptrend. If it retests or even breaks previous week's high, we would be looking to take this potentially the upside. The environment is set up for it to move to the upside because people are still finding it comfortable to take out, buy cars, buy houses at these kind of high interest rates. So when interest rates are high, banks make more money. They've already kind of been on a tear already. So the financial sector, even though there's a pullback in the markets due to unsurety, the catalyst really is if, sorry about that. Even if the catalyst is, hey, if the Fed decides to not hike rates, the rates stay kind of high, and if demand stays high, then these guys make money. If that reflects in price, because price does have a say, then we could see continued upside, especially on the weekly chart. So we're looking for a weekly buy trigger on XLF. If you look at it on the daily, it's kind of already generated I would say a week buy trigger on the daily, right? You've already broken above previous day's high, and you're above the 8 period moving average. So that alone right there would constitute a buy trigger on the daily. Unbalanced volume has just gone green, and it could possibly swing and change trends. So if we get that weekly buy trigger, which is up here, we would be looking to take a position to the upside in XLF. Okay, good stuff there. Another pretty decent play. There's a 10-day squeeze on the on corn. So how does it look on the weekly? Right, it is actually kind of setting up to potentially fire off to the downside, maybe even retest this low here. Is in a pretty defined downtrend, and has been so for quite a long time. After it pushes down, I mean, top left, bottom right, unbalanced volume being red, and the trend being overall down. You know, the follow through after the rally, you short the rip. So that alone gives you two pretty good plays. I will continue to look at some other stuff. I know that there's a lot going on in the market right now as it pertains to what the Fed is doing and people worried about politics, globals, all that stuff like that. Like people, there's some fear in the market. So because of that, the VIX, believe it or not, is actually taking a nice little pop here. It's all the way, it popped all the way up to 21.37. I would consider like low VIX under 17, but for the longest, like last week, it just breached that 17 mark. So volatility is kicking in, people's woes are kicking in, and that's why you see some pullback really into the Qs, really big pullback on the Qs. If this does be a trend changing event for the Qs, you can look at it on the daily. Absolutely massive drops. And then when you look at the Qs for potential rotation, right? If we're looking at rotation, it could come back, find fair value, or find fair value here. If it finds fair value or find fair value, we're looking for either it to test low or test high, or same here, test high or test low. I mean, getting into this rotational level is not necessarily something that we would want it to do, especially if you're holding on to the Qs. But the Qs did have a hedge possible sell trigger back here. It was pretty well defined. If you took the short below here, um, it would be below the 8 period moving average, eight below the previous week's low. I would even took this one or even this one as a potential sell trigger. I think that came on Friday or that Monday when you look at it. So yeah, your potential sell trigger was on this day here. I believe that was, let's see, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So this Monday, a huge sell trigger breaking the low. You definitely could have got a sell trigger here, and even the retest here would have gave you a like very almost assured after it took the retest and broke the low. It's almost I wouldn't say a sure bet, but high probability, as I like to say, set up to the downside. So it's something to think about. But now it's in this rotational zone. We would look maybe to see if it tests fair value here, or even worse, check continuous downtrend and test fair value there. That would be really rough. We're not looking to jump in. We're just gonna wait to see if it tests fair value and reacts off of it. But it going between these rotational zones in a day, it's really powerful stuff. So kind of keep your head on a swivel out there when it comes to larger size with volatility like this. Take some size off. We've been in a smaller volatility environment over the last I'd say month and a half. But now with just this week, cutting down your size, looking to make sure that you take the second look, maybe not the first break, but the retest. That is probably more advantageous. As the market change, we adapt, we change, and looking to capitalize on some of that volatility is something we could probably do with some asymmetric setups, setting up some butterflies. The other thing we want to look at is maybe XLE. XLE is in an uptrend, and it's been kind of overextended for a minute. So typically with volatility, things like gold, oil, they become a little bit more valuable to some people, and that kind of does show in the market. We'll go to GLD, take a look at that really quick. But as you can see, gold going on the weak parabolic, and then even kind of settling in a kind of fair value area, kind of in the middle. So maybe it retests highs. Can't say for certain. Nobody really knows, but you guys will know when we know as we post. So thank you guys so very much for your time and energy. We really do appreciate you guys tapping in, and I love doing these videos as a vlog. Me and Q, we absolutely love sharing with you guys. So thank you, and this is your boy MC Fire. Have a good day and goodbye.